Hello, welcome to the fifth and final screencast in a series showcasing the WHO UNICEF JMP database. These screencasts are aimed at people who have a basic knowledge of the JMP indicators and an interest in data analysis. In this video, we're going to look at the various ways you can download spreadsheets or CSV data. We'll start with the country files, then look at creating your own bespoke data downloads. I'd recommend first watching screencast 2 or 3, which show how to customize an existing chart or create your own custom chart, respectively. Okay, let's get started. When we first come to the data page, it defaults to show data at the world level, and there is a button to download the world file, just here. For the purposes of this demo, I downloaded the files earlier, so I'll just switch to another tab to show you what this looks like. The spreadsheet contains 4 tabs: Introduction, Water, Sanitation and Hygiene. The last 3 have all the available JMP data for each country, for each year, for each service type. We'll just have a quick scan through this. And sanitation, which looks very similar, and hygiene, similarly. Okay, let's go back here. We can download a regional version of this file by changing the geography filter. So change that to region, and we've got SDG regions, so we'll just select Australia and New Zealand, for example. Now that we've selected a region, the World File button has been replaced with a region file. So if we click on that, we'll download that. I've got this as an example again. This is very similar to the World File, but regional data are shown rather than country data, and only for SDG regions and other regional groupings like small island developing states. So we can just have a look. So we've got the SDG regions here, starting with Australia and New Zealand, and then we come down, we have other regional groupings as well. Okay. Lastly, we can download a country file, which you'll recognize if you are familiar with the JMP country files. Let's change that to country, and we'll select Afghanistan. Okay, and so by clicking on the country file again, we'll download that. I've got this ready to go. So the JMP country files contain summary charts and a complete list of national data sources used to produce estimates. So this is on the data summary tab. Separate data tabs for water, sanitation, hygiene and wastewater show how data from national sources corresponds with the international classification used by the JMP to produce comparable estimates for global monitoring. So we'll just have a quick scan through these 3. So there's the water data, got sanitation, wastewater data, and also hygiene. So 4th one. So we've now looked at all the pre-existing files you can download, but you also have the ability to create your own data tables and download them by clicking on the Create Table button. Let's go there. We now see a preview of the table that will be downloaded, defaulted to Afghanistan since we'd already selected it. Let's download that as a CSV. And we'll save. And if I open this up, it should be the same as what we can see in the preview. Preview table here. Looks good. Okay, let's say we want to see data for urban drinking water all years. So let's deselect sanitation and hygiene. We'll deselect total and rural. And to show all years, we just deselect the current year selected. And that should have 2000 all the way through to 2015. Great. We can select multiple countries to make comparisons. So I'll just add in Bangladesh. And we can also compare these countries across 2 years as well, or more. So in this case, I'll select 2000 and 2015. We can also change the ladder type to analyze by either facility type or safely managed criteria. So by facility type and then safely managed criteria. Or we could just select data for the poorest quintile only. And you'll notice that the ladder type has changed back to analyze by service level. And this is because we only have wealth inequality data by service level. Okay, let's download this table and check it's showing the same data as the preview. I'll just save that. Okay, just close this one as well. Let's just have a quick look. That looks good. Great. So we've seen how we can create custom data tables and download them. And you can also edit an existing chart or create a new custom chart and download these data as well. So we'll go back to data and we'll edit an existing chart. And we'll click on this one, download chart data as CSV, save, and we'll just open up that one and just check there. Great. As you can see, this is the same subset of data being displayed in the table. As mentioned earlier, Screencast 2 and 3 go into more detail about how to edit an existing chart or customize your own, so they're well worth checking out if you haven't done so already. That concludes our tour of how to download data. In this video, we've seen how to download the JMP country files and the equivalent for world and regional files, create bespoke tables of data and download them as a CSV, and download the data behind an existing chart. Please check out the other videos in this series to see how you can get the most out of the JMP data tool.